Hi, I'm Destiny, and this is Destiny with Destiny Tarot, where I do a lot of juicy reads. Okay, we're covering juicy topics on the channel, but for my returning viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for all the support. I appreciate you, and I love you. And for those who are new here, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for joining me and welcome. Okay, so today we are about to cover the topic of how are you making yourself small. Okay, so I just find that in life often, like, we do these things because making ourselves small often helps other people feel better about themselves. And I feel like, especially for my people pleasers, people with the big hearts, all of that, like, you're quick to make yourself smaller than you are because other people are ashamed of not leveling up or not meeting you at your level. Like, I feel like you can sense when people get embarrassed of your accomplishments and these other things because they're like questioning to themselves, well, why haven't I done X, Y, and Z? If they're doing this, why haven't I been able to do this in my own life? So I just feel like for a lot of people, you get told you're bragging if you talk about your accomplishments, and that is not true. Of course, we have to be humble to a certain extent in life, but we should not be making ourselves small to make somebody else comfortable. You know what I mean? So that's why I thought today we should go ahead and do this reading on, like, how are you making yourself small currently? And then what you can do to kind of correct that, because at the end of the day, you should be like large in your life. You should be that main character energy. Of course, you should not be bulldozing over other people, but like nobody in this reading, no one that will resonate with this reading is that kind of person though, from like in the first place. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and have two piles today. So pile number one is going to be the rose quartz here. And there we go. And then this is going to be pile number two. Okay, so we are going to see, like, how are you making yourself small right now and what we can do to fix that. Okay, so, and thank you to everybody in the live. I appreciate you. And Kiana, thank you so much. I love you. Thanks for being here. But so pile number one is going to be this rose quartz. Okay, and I need to take a little sip of my little concoction here. I tried to make like a DIY pink drink like at Starbucks, and I'm telling you, it does not taste the same. It's yummy, but not the same. And so maybe pile number one, these are like also my girlies who appreciate an aesthetic cup, an aesthetic beverage, But pile number one, how are you making yourself small? Honestly, I feel like some of you have recently like learned a new skill. So like I've been getting into making different like these beverages just for fun. I feel as if with pile number one, like a way that you're making yourself small is you recently took up some kind of hobby and you're actually better at it than you even know or are believing to be true right now. Like whatever it is, it could be something really small to you, but that other people would be impressed by, like my little pink drink thing. Like other people would be impressed by the skillage that you've acquired, and you're thinking like, oh, this is just for funsies. But honestly, share it with the people in your life. I'm hearing share it with your friends and family, and like especially your friends. I feel like they will appreciate whatever new skill it is that you have quite a bit, and it'll be a lot of fun for you. So pile one, how are you making yourself small? Okay, Queen of Cups. Honestly, I am really feeling that with my pile number one, you are that Queen of Cups. I feel as if you have filled your cup to the point to where it's actually overflowing. You know how I was saying, like, you've been investing in hobbies lately. You've been investing in things that interest you and just like taking time to kind of enjoy life, and your cup is now overflowing. So I feel like one way that maybe you're making yourself small is just simply not acknowledging acknowledging or recognizing like how full your cup actually is. I'm not sure why this like seahorse is really standing out to me. So if anybody has like any comments on the seahorse, what that might mean, let me know in the chat, or, you know, of course in the comments. But really with this Queen of Cups, I feel as though there's also other people in your life who are really like observing this about you as well, that your cup is overflowing. Like it's very evident to other people. I'm honestly feeling like this is what it is. It's like you have an audience, like this little seahorse, and it's not necessarily an audience per se, but like people who are actually seeing your self-love radiate. I feel like honestly, even day-to-day people like on the street would be able to recognize like, oh, that person loves themselves, that person takes care of themselves. So honestly, pile number one, like that is a compliment for real. 8 of Wands. Another way that you're making yourself small is not quite acknowledging like how quickly you actually move in life. I feel as if my pile number ones, like my pile number ones are the type who are hard on themselves. Honestly, that's what I'm feeling. Like I feel like my pile number ones, like you have a lot of self-love. You move very quickly in life towards your goals. And I feel as if you have minor setbacks in life that maybe change your perspective of that. But you just need to shift your perspective a little bit, because at the end of the day, I'm seeing that for my pile number ones, like a way you're making yourself small is that you will actually progress in life quite quickly. Whenever you have a goal or you set something to your like you set your mind to something, you accomplish that goal within a short period of time. It might not feel that way to you. I feel as if pile number one, you have very high standards of yourself, life, others, whatever. But honestly, like you hit your goals, and I feel like you like know where you're aiming. And I feel like even if you believe that something might not be a possibility, you just go for it anyways, and you try, and you're not afraid to fail. Because with this 8 of Wands, like it looks like this unicorn is about to shoot the wands, but from like this lasso. So it's like not super precise in my opinion with the way that it's like, you know, they're facing outwards a little bit, but it's like you're gonna have some things that stick. And I feel like you're not afraid to try things because you understand like maybe you're not gonna make the mark the first go around, but is that really the end of the day? And or like the end of the world, like the end of the day. But yeah, is it really the end of the world? Absolutely not. So how is pile one making themselves small? The Sun. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like pile number one, like maybe you're a little hard on yourself and these other things, but I feel like you're the type of person that it's very hard to make you small. I feel like you have this very strong personality, sense of who you are as an individual, and because of that, it shines through so much. Okay, it is like kind of undeniable for other people around you, random people on the street. Like they can see your self-love, they can see that you're somebody who goes after things, they see that you're somebody who knows what they want, and also your presence is very powerful, pile number one. So honestly, I think you just clicked on this one for funsies today, because I don't feel like you're making yourself small at all. I do feel as if there is a little bit of a harshness when it comes to the way you view yourself and the progression of your own life. But I also feel like this is part of what fuels you and actually allows you to accomplish as much as you do in this lifetime. So it's kind of like your biggest strength and your biggest weakness at the same time, because it's like you having such high standards for yourself has led to you achieving so many goals, as well as, you know, accomplishing all of the things that you have at this point in your life, where there's so many people around you who can't even imagine accomplishing what it is that you have done today. And I'm even hearing there's also even people older than you who are intimidated by you and what it is that you've accomplished. So it's like at the end of the day, like people around you, like it's very difficult to make you small, pile number one. Like they know that you mean business, and good for you. Cheers to that. With my DIY pink drink. So because you're not really making yourself small, I do want to just like get some general messages or advice for my pile number one still, because That's what we came here for, okay? So let's just get a couple more messages for my pile number 1, and I kind of just want to see whatever comes out, honestly. Like, I don't want to force anything. 6 of Wands. Okay, honestly, again, self-confidence. Your self-confidence is off the charts. I feel like pile number 1, this has taken years for you to accomplish. And the thing that your guides really want you to know right now is I feel as if there's certain ways where you're hard on yourself because you're not at certain place or time that you felt like you needed to be at this point in time. Understand that you do move quickly and you have accomplished a lot. Take a step back to soak in reality, okay? And then compare how far you have come based upon reality, okay? This is a hard life we're out here living. And also at your self-confidence. Look at how you have transformed throughout the years, especially the last 6 years, 5 to 6 years, I'm feeling. And honestly, you will be baffled with yourself as well. Like, you will recognize that your self-confidence has grown so much, and it's going to become very obvious to you soon. But also just imagine all those years and all the accomplishments that you have already had from the state of being that you were in before, where you were less self-confident, you didn't like have the same footing and grounding that you do today, and you are about to fly through your goals, okay? The things that you feel are not very attainable, that seem far away, no, they are closer than ever. And you know why? Because you've already failed forward 20 plus times, 100 plus times. So literally your self-confidence is like you are about to encounter different obstacles in your life, but ones that are not real obstacles to you anymore, and you don't even think of them as obstacles because you've already learned what to do. It's like when you learn how to walk, you no longer see standing up and walking as an obstacle. You know what I mean? Like, you have to think about it that way. So there's major transformations you have had in your life up until this point to where you have a very solid foundation of knowledge to carry you through additional changes in life, of course, because life is naturally all about change. So really, pile number 1, you should be proud of yourself. You should really pat yourself on the back, because honestly, I feel like the energy of pile number 1 is maybe you used to make yourself small in the past, but you no longer do that. And it's evident to everybody and their mama, okay? Literally everybody. Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's quick. People realize very quickly who you are, your level of self-worth, and that you know yourself and that you're confident and you mean business. So good for you, pile number 1. Like, honestly, there is nothing wrong with that. And if you're ever worried about somebody, like, I feel like maybe you're still worried about this because you feel as if you're still encountering similar people to who you did in the past, where you used to act small around other people who would try to intimidate or make you feel bad or make you feel as if you don't fit in, if you don't give in to whatever it is that they're doing. And you're no longer giving in, you're no longer caring, and you are just choosing to act in a completely brand new way. And I feel as if you're also seeing these people different. You're actually seeing them for who they are. You're seeing them for how small they are. Like, not to be condescending or rude, but honestly, you're seeing like how small those kinds of people are, because they want you to make yourself small in order to make themselves feel bigger. And the reason why is because they don't have the self-confidence that you do. And you're now starting to realize that all of this hate is literally coming from an insecure place, and that's exactly where it's at. And like, I feel as if you have no hate, it's nothing but love for these people now, pile number 1. And so I feel like, you know, your guides are really letting you know, like, don't even worry about those people. You're seeing their true colors. You're seeing through them. And like, at the end of the day, we all have to learn to live with one another. So while you are maybe a little bit worried about what these people are doing, thinking, saying, at the end of the day, they're actually worried about you. And they're worried about your thoughts about them, because you are this confident powerhouse and they feel insignificant in comparison. So, I mean, yeah, really, that is what I have for you, pile number one. And I feel like you're not even mean to these people. I feel like, honestly, pile number one, you're pretty chill. And I feel like whoever these people are, like, literally just feel, I don't even know. Like, soon they won't even be a part of your life. I also want to say that I feel like they're not going to be a part of your life for very long either. So I don't know what that's about. But anyways, if that resonated, you liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Okay. And if you already have, thank you so much. I love, love, love you. And of course, stick around for pile number two if you would like, because, you know, we do have 2 piles today, which is honestly what I always do. And your girl doesn't have time for more than 2 piles. Okay. So anyways, this is pile number 2. So if you chose pile number 2, this is going to be your message. So how are my pile number 2s making themselves small? 6 of Cups. Some of you are living in the past, to be honest. Some of you are living in the past, hung up on the past, like maybe even, I'm sorry, like sitting and thinking about a lover that you had 6 months ago, 6 years ago, and like they've moved on with their lives meanwhile, and you're still thinking of them. And honestly, it is making you small, because I feel as if there's so much more love and like other relationships for you to be experiencing out there, but because you're too busy ruminating on what has happened and what could have been, then you're not actually putting yourself out there. I feel like pile number 2, like honestly, this has to do with your love life. I feel like your guides want you to date and have fun, and like they have surprises for you, but how would you know if you're in the house? How would you know? Okay, answer me that. The Star. Okay, it is time to go outside. Okay, pile number 2. Just straight up. 4 of Cups. Okay. The Hierophant. Okay. So pile number 2, it is time for you to just step outside, to be honest. Like, you just need to go outside. You need to put yourself out there again, because honestly, it is time for the spotlight to be on you. You have been trying to hide. You are like, no, let me put my head in the sand with all my cups. Like, no, I've been there, done that, and I just don't want any part of it. But it's like the reality is that there are still abundant opportunities out there for you, like with this cup exploding with the diamonds and the stars and whatever. It's like maybe you won't know what you'll get right away, but like there's good things to be had, good experiences to be had, fun to be had, like new people to meet and connect with. And the Hierophant, I feel as if like you intuitively have already known this, but also the Hierophant is all about building community as well. So I feel like with the Hierophant here, like also if there's something you've been wanting to do, you've been wanting to like join a class, you've been wanting to, I don't know, just put yourself out there like in some way, like this, I'm being told to go ahead and do it. And I feel like if you're holding yourself back because you are like hoping to do things with other, I feel like for some of you, you're afraid to go to this class or this event, whatever it is, because like you don't want to go alone. But I'm being told like go alone, because honestly, if you go alone and you are at this place, this class, this whatever that you are not used to, you're completely outside of your comfort zone, well then what's going to happen? You're going to be forced to talk to people, and not only will you talk and connect with the people there more because you don't have this crutch of somebody you know, but you could potentially make additional friends who are interested in that particular activity, who will want to go with you. Okay, so like as adults, this is also like how we have to make friends, because honestly, like where else are you going to make friends? People don't normally make friends with their coworkers. Sometimes they do. But it's like for most of us, we're not doing that. We're going to work, we're coming home, we spend time with our families, or if we don't have a family, our cats, or whatever, insert pet here. And it's just kind of like if you want to expand your social network and you want to go ahead and, you know, have additional people in your life, you're going to have to put yourself out there. And there is some specific community-based activity, or just your local community in general, like you're needing to go outside, whether this is like literally going to the grocery store. Like, you could meet people there. The same people go, like, all of you live in the same neighborhood, so you go to the same store. Okay? Like, that kind of vibe. Like, you will meet people, okay? It just is what it is. That's how it goes. We have to connect with our local communities in order to like survive as a human species. The Fool, okay. So the Fool, it's like, honestly, you just need to go for it. I feel like you really just need to go for it. And also for those of you who are wanting to move to a completely new place, like you've been a little bit worried about it, don't be, create a logical plan, and then there will be no need to worry. 5 of Wands and Queen of Wands. Okay, one way that you are making yourself small, 10 of Pentacles. Number one, I feel like for my pile number twos, you could be making a lot more money. I feel like pile number two, you could be making more money doing the exact same job that you currently do today. And one way that you're making yourself small is by accepting less money. I just got to be real with you, pile number two. So that's one thing here is with the 10 of Pentacles, you could be making a lot more money. Second thing, another way that you're making yourself small is that you're kind of turning a blind eye to different conflict within your life. There's some kind of conflicts or drama that you're trying to ignore, and I'm being told that actually the best way to handle it is to face it head on. So anytime something like this occurs or the next time something like this happens, you just need to address it head on. I want to ask more about this conflict situation. It's kind of like whatever this situation is, you feel as if you're cleaning one thing up and then as if something else kind of falls apart right away afterwards, and you are about to head. Okay, so what I'm hearing is this conflict, it doesn't necessarily have to be even with other people. It could be with yourself, about your own ideals. It could be within your own finances. It could be yo-yo weight. It could be anything. Like something that you've been experiencing, struggling with, having conflict with, and that you actually have solved before. And then you feel as if you're ending up back in the same place over and over again. And you're just like feeling kind of stuck in this cycle, and you're feeling like it'll never end. I want to know like why this is necessary for you to hear during this like how are you making yourself small video. Page of Cups. Okay, because you're being told to get a little bit creative. Go back to the drawing board. Start with the basics that you already know. Things that you've incorporated in the past that have already worked for you. Yep, 6 of Cups. This, like, nostalgic things that have already worked for you. Things of the past. Go ahead and start incorporating those things, and you will start to progress. It'll be slow and steady. 8 of Swords. The Star. Okay, I feel as if whatever this is too, it's had you stuck in your head. It's had you holding back. You haven't been putting yourself out there as much. And you're being told that it's actually okay to go ahead and put yourself out there. So, yeah, that's what I have for you, my pile number twos. Honestly, like, let me see. Honestly, I'm feeling kind of anxiety-ridden with pile number 2. I feel like one way maybe that you've been making yourself small lately as well is that you've just been having anxiety, which is like preventing you from doing the things that you love or the things that you would like to do. I do feel like that's a really big part of it. Like your social anxiety is starting to get in the way of things. So I'm not like a mental health professional, but if you have access, then maybe that's something you should look into, or, you know, doing daily rituals, whether that is like, you know, relaxing, like with a candle, reading a book, journaling, whatever that is for you, doing yoga. But whatever it is that you need to do to ground that anxious energy so that you can get more out of life. Because I feel like pile number 2, like life is just kind of waiting for you right now. Like you feel like you're waiting for life to happen, but life is waiting for you to happen. Like, and I picked up the Ace of Wands. It flew out of the deck, and it flew out upside down. So I'm really feeling like this is just like not grabbing life by the horns right now. Like I feel as if you have everything at your fingertips, and if you just put in a little bit of oomph, like things will get moving a lot quicker than you anticipate, and they will go in the direction that you're desiring them to go in. So like, and you're going to get there quicker than you normally would as well. It's like you just have to start a little bit of the momentum, and the universe and your guides will kind of carry you along with that. It's like, what is that sport pogo sticker? I don't know, but anyways, so I feel like, you know, you're going to be able to jump and fly leaps and bounds further than you've even thought of, to be honest. I feel like you're not dreaming big enough as well. I feel like my pile number 2 is like a way that you're keeping yourself small is actually just by not dreaming bigger. Like you could dream bigger, and that would really help shift you along, to be honest. I feel as if the second that you start to have bigger dreams, you're going to have a more clear path on where it is that you're wanting to go with your life, and exactly how to do it and how to make it happen, because you're going to have like this very clear destination in mind, if that makes sense. So that is one thing. I feel as if that's partially why you have not gone out and grabbed life by the horns quite yet. I feel like you're on the verge of it. I feel like you've been looking into the things that you're desiring, but not fully. And it's like the second that you decide, okay, this is what I want my lifestyle to be like, and lifestyle needs to include everything. Like, this is what my bank accounts, I want my bank accounts to look like, my goals for that. Like, this is the kind of diet I want to eat. This is like the kind of home that I want to live in, and all of those things, like lifestyle, like what you want your sleep schedule to be like honestly, because certain lifestyles come with different sleep schedules. Like, let's be real out here, okay? So I'm thinking like fine details, like think about these little day-to-day things that are going to impact the rest of your life as well, like that sleep schedule, okay? And then I kind of feel like all you have to do is start taking action in that direction. And I feel as if you're taking some baby actions, and for some of you, you actually have already manifested new beginnings, but you're not putting in as much effort that you absolutely could. And then it's time to go a little bit harder, okay? So that's that. And then 10 of Cups, like overall, I do see a very successful and a happy outcome for you, my pile number 2s. So even though right now you might be making yourself small just by like not putting in the full oomph and energy and everything that you've got into what it is that, you know, is being asked of you. But at the end of the day, like, you are putting in more and more, and it's going to lead to that happy outcome for you, okay? It's definitely going to work out. But which did I say pile number 1? If I said pile number 1 and you felt drawn to it, like, go ahead and watch that, okay? But pile number 2, that is what I have for you today. Oh, actually, I forgot. Let's get like a final advice for my pile 2s. Pile number 2. Honestly, get some rest. Like, I felt so sleepy after pile number 2. I do feel like you also need to get a little bit of rest. 7, the Chariot. Okay, so let's get a little bit more. 4 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Okay. 6 of Swords. Okay, so with whatever it is that you've been asking for, okay, especially if this comes to like working for yourself or having some kind of financial independence, I don't know, some independence of some sorts, whatever it is that you've been asking for, it's actually going to take off very fast for you. I don't know why, but you also need to focus on saving your money right now. Like, some advice is save some extra money. I feel as if For my pile number 2s, there's something big in your life that you're wanting to manifest, and it is going to require some funds to do so. So like save some money, okay? Like the universe will work with you and work some miracles, but you also got to work with it, okay? So that you're able to swipe up this opportunity once it comes your way. With the Hierophant here, it's like you already know, like you intuitively have known all of this, like this advice is not really new, and you know that things are going to change very soon for you again if you desire them to, which you do, because you're seeing what it is that you need in order to have a more peaceful life. And for some of you, like especially if this has to do with work, I'm feeling like if you're wanting to get a new job, it's like put a little bit of additional effort in whatever way that means to you. Like that could be updating your resume, like using AI, using new technology in order to make you more competitive. I don't know. But overall, my pile number 2s, like I do see that you are going to be moving to a calmer water. And you know, if you've been feeling like you need to like pinch pennies and like watch your spending, and that your current job isn't paying you enough, like soon you will be moving towards something that will be better for you. I'm not feeling like a huge, like ridiculous, crazy, huge jump, but definitely something that will help you out. So that's what I have for you, my pile number 2s. So if that did resonate, please go ahead and like the video if you haven't already, as well as subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you would love to support me in other ways, check out my link tree. You can find my Etsy where you can order a personal reading, and you can also shop my Poshmark where I have been a seller for several years and I ship daily, okay? Every single day of the week. So hit your girl up. But I love, love, love you. Thank you for joining, and I will talk to you soon.